Alright, this is my final speech, and this is Jill and Brandon. They're going to be my audience today. Alright. 5 weeks ago, when I began this course, I knew absolutely nothing about public speaking aside from the fact that I hated getting up in front of a class and talking. This was at once because I was never very excited about anything I was talking about, and that I hated being able to hear all of my mistakes out loud as I spoke. I was always under the impression that everyone in the class secretly judged me on every word, even though in reality they probably weren't even really listening and couldn't care less. I know that is the way I usually felt during a presentation by a classmate, not because of them, but because much of the information and assignments we as students are instructed to learn and do over the course of our schooling is very redundant and boring. Schools should really attempt to make their curriculums more interesting, maybe by incorporating assignments that students are actually interested in, especially because I believe that many teachers are just as bored with their teaching materials as the students are. With that being said, I felt this exact way when preparing to begin this 5-week online public speaking course. I had no idea what the speeches we were going to have to present would be on, but I figured they would be the same old boring and pointless routine I had undergone in many other classes where presentations were required. That was before I saw the course information outline and realized that, for once, we as students are able to pick the speech topics that we were interested in doing and could research what we felt would be exciting and informative for our fellow classmates to know. The first speech I really enjoyed doing was the famous or infamous person assignment, in which I'll admit I had a lot of fun in researching my person, who I picked to be Jim Morrison of The Doors. This was the first time I realized that writing and presenting a speech could actually be fun, as long as the topic could be personally chosen by the speechwriter themselves. The next speech I enjoyed was the informative speech, in which I chose a passionate topic of skateboarding to inform the world about. The researching aspect of this was a breeze, and I completed the speech in no time, not because I had rushed through it, but because I could write and speak from the heart, which allowed me to easily convey my words properly and adequately for all to understand. The same goes for my recently completed persuasive speech on film, which is another passion of mine, and something I can speak about knowledgeably and confidently. The fact that we are allowed to pick our own topics was what really helped me with my social anxieties towards public speaking, and that is how I came to the realization that speaking is much easier when it is on something you enjoy. This, and the help from the chapter readings and e-learning content at the start of each lesson, is what I really thought made the class understandable and enjoyable to complete. With that being said, there was one aspect of the class I did not like that much: the requirement to critique other students' speeches, as it really is not in my nature to analyze things and find faults about them. I found it rather unenjoyable to tell a student what they did wrong and what could be improved, because I feel like this causes negativity between the two students and is never really taken as helpful advice. It may just be me personally, but that was the one aspect of the class that I could have done without, even though I realize that it is a necessity for learning about how to better one's writing and speaking techniques. Some of the reviews my fellow students did on my speeches throughout this course actually did help me to fix my subsequent speeches up, and I thank them for their thoughts and helpful, invaluable insight. All in all, as much as it surprises me to say this, our public speaking course has turned out to be one of my favorite courses I took during the summer semester. I learned a great deal and believe that it has helped my actual public speaking tenfold. To any other students thinking about taking this class, I would recommend that they go for it. There is a lot to be learned, even if one thinks that they already know everything, and this course can really help to get a career in public speaking started on the right foot. The information provided within the text, as well as the aforementioned e-learning content and the student analysis concerning the major speeches, can all really help to make the public speaking experience, something unforgettable amongst all of the courses. My advice to any student viewing this: just remember to keep up with the coursework and do not fall behind, lest you want to spend long, grueling hours researching and writing up speeches with a fast approaching deadline. If you can merely keep up with the work for the course and follow the schedule under course information, you'll find that the work can be completed in no time at all and with a little effort and dedication. So, with all that said, good luck to anyone thinking of taking this course, and have a great rest of summer to all those who find themselves completing their semester. I had a very enjoyable time working alongside all of you, and may we meet again in the future sometime. Good night.